I just want to clarify. You are 100% certain that there are 1,000 plus Al-Qaeda trained fighters within the United States borders.
My name is Tommy Springfield.
And I'm better than you!
And on this channel, I present you with the facts. I give you my opinion on those facts. And if you like how I do that, please click the like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, click all so you can get notifications every time I do one of these videos. Maybe you new here, maybe you've been here before. Please.
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
I like to think of myself as a superhero, but you know, the ghetto version like Batman. But I'm Batman. I live in a fat cave. I drive a that mobile, and I promise you, I'm that nigga. Today's video is about the New Orleans terror attack. The guy in the truck drove, he killed many people, got out, started shooting. That is a terrorist attack, folks. He had an ISIS flag. Did this CIA agent warn us about this terrorist attack? And if you think she's right, be safe, because there's more to come. Let's get into the video.
I just want to clarify. You are 100% certain that there are 1,000 plus Al-Qaeda trained fighters within the United States borders.
Well, Al-Qaeda says they trained and deployed 1,000 for this attack. First off, I think there's more than 1,000 Al-Qaeda members in the United States. But for the Homeland attack, that number is based on what Al-Qaeda is saying, so they could exaggerate it. However, they did have about 1,400 in the Hamas attack, so the number is not off from what they did in the first round of attacks.
And we are starting with that holiday horror. We are seeing some new video now of a New Year's tragedy in New Orleans. Police saying a driver intentionally drove right into a crowd on popular Bourbon Street, leaving at least 10 to 15 people dead and dozens of others are injured. The FBI is now identifying the driver as a 42-year-old man. His name is Shamsud-Din Jabbar, a U.S. citizen. He lives in Texas.
Now, they said U.S. citizen, but was he once a legal immigrant that came here and got U.S. citizenship? You know, you heard her. There's thousands and thousands upon ISIS members in the United States. They got here taking the same routes all the illegal immigrants are taking, and they coming into our country. We're welcoming them in under the Democratic Party. That's what's going on. So people need to start rethinking this when we start having terrorist attacks on our city streets.
And investigators say the suspect also fired a gun right toward law enforcement agents, hitting at least 2 officers with gunfire. They did also return fire and killed him right there at the scene.
The concept is the terrorist fights to the death. So he's not exactly a suicide bomber, but he will fight till either all of us are dead or all of his people are dead, right?
So just corner bus after corner bus, waiting to go down Bourbon.
A massive investigation is underway in the New Orleans historic French Quarter after police say 42-year-old Shamsud-Din Jabbar intentionally plowed his pickup truck through a crowd of people who were celebrating the new year on Bourbon Street. In this video from an EarthCam live stream, you can see police officers jumping into action as the violence unfolded just after 3 a.m.
Hey, I gotta stop that video, man. You see us black people, when everybody started running this way, you see us black people right here, we kept going and we kept minding our business. Y'all should learn that valuable lesson. Mind your motherfucking business and keep it goddamn moving.
Jumping into action as the violence unfolded just after 3 a.m. local time. Authorities say the suspect also fired an assault rifle, shooting at the crowd.
He was hell-bent on creating the carnage and the damage that he did.
Now remember, she said after running people over, he also got out and started shooting. Remember that part.
They say after Jabbar crashed his vehicle about 3 blocks later, he also shot at officers, wounding 2. Police firing back, killing him.
What we saw was insanity. I mean, something out of a movie. The graphic nature of it and it was unbelievable.
The FBI, which is now leading this investigation, discovering what they described as improvised explosive devices around the scene. Multiple law enforcement sources telling ABC News those devices are apparently viable. Police closing off the area to the public.
And also found explosive devices around. So this man had a bigger attack. But remember all of that when we get to the CIA agent.
And using drones to scan for more devices. The White House saying President Biden has been briefed. He left for Camp David this morning. Leading up to the holidays, federal law enforcement had been warning that vehicle ramming was a key area of concern. And this incident comes after the attack at a Christmas market in Germany on December 20th that killed 5 people. And we should tell you, the FBI also revealing that an ISIS flag was located in that vehicle, as well as weapons and a potential IED. The FBI also does not believe the attacker was solely responsible. They think he did not act alone. They are asking for the...
So you heard her. An ISIS flag was found, bombs was found, and they don't believe he acted alone. Now listen to the CIA agent.
Public's help in tracing down anyone who might have been associated with him.
But remember, some of these terrorists are going to be ISIS. And remember, they can change location. So the ISIS guy might go down the metro and say, there's not many people down here. I'll kill 20, but there's a event going on. I'm going to go up there, right? And because ISIS is a little different. ISIS just wants mass casualty. So it's going to be interesting how it works with terrorists that came from different backgrounds and when they get choice.
And what she's saying is that all the terrorists that's in the United States are a group of terrorists that all came together from different groups. She alleges that they're also being backed by Russia, just like United States is backing Ukraine, but these backings are secret. Russia acting like they not backing these terrorists in America. We act like we not backing Afghanistan, and that's what's going on. And she's saying it's just going to be interesting because it's a bunch of terrorist groups in United States for the first time, and they're all working together under one flag. Crazy.
So we have not had a man walk up to a building with a suicide vest on the United States. Americans don't understand this. Al-Qaeda knows this, right? So this is new and innovative, especially now. You don't have to walk upside of the building. You can walk in the building because of the advancement of the vest.
And so what she's saying is when you out here, you better be careful because they here. And as you can see, it happened in New Orleans. It happened in Germany on Christmas. New Orleans on New Year's. The attacks have started.
The other thing is, in the United States, we haven't had Fideian attackers. You know what
Now, remember I told you about he ran people over. That was phase 1 of his attack. And then he got out and started shooting till he was dead. Now listen to her explanation.
The concept is the terrorist fights to the death. So he's not exactly a suicide bomber, but he will fight till either all of us are dead or all of his people are dead, right? So this can go on for multiple days,
And what did our terrorists do? He crashed his car? Well, fuck it. This the last stand. And he shot it out with the police. Exactly what she said was going to happen. And she said this months ago.
Like the plan was for Mumbai, for example. So we think it's going to be a swarming attack, right? Multiple different attacks at one time across.
Multiple different attacks at one time. He crashed, he started shooting, and there were bombs in the area. Maybe he just didn't get a chance to set them off. Maybe his peoples got scared and back out. So be careful when you out here.
Multiple cities. We think there will be suicide bombers just because some of the attackers went through suicide bomber training and they have these vests, right? And then we think there's these Fideian attackers who will carry on until they're killed. The Fideian matters, right? I was watching,
Listen to what she says.
It was like 8 months ago.
Let me just rephrase that. So these guys are trained, and we already overlaid the video of their training, and they are going to fight until they're killed.
Yes.
There's no stopping them.
Exactly. And that matters, right? So I was watching this video, and it was a suicide bombing in Kabul years ago. And it was the bomber blew up, okay? And then everyone starts moving in. The first responders move in, right? And then another guy walks in and blows up. We know this is a tactic, right? But if Americans don't understand this as a tactic and don't understand these attackers are going to fight to the death, think about that. So battle's going on, the attacker surrenders, right? He might have the suicide vest. You know, we let our guard down. That man came to die, right? He's going to fight till he dies or you dies. So we can't let our guards down, and they know our weakness, right?
So this is a message to all you heroes. I hate to bring racing into it, but it's mainly white guys who think they're going to run in and save the day. What she's saying is, these guys will trick you and make you think, hey, we giving up. Now you want to be the hero and run over there and tackle them and hold them on till the police come. And then he pulls his bomb on his chest, blows you up, and all the other heroes. I hate bringing race into it, but us black people, we ain't doing that. We ain't trying to be no superheroes. We ain't doing that. And it's not about being a coward. It's about, like she said, we are fighting something we never seen before. We are not ready for this. So if you out there and these things are happening, please don't try to be a hero. Let the police do their work.
We have to be very careful that we don't have more people die in these second and third order effects of not knowing their intent.
What kind of places do you think they're going to target?
So this is what's complicated. So Al-Qaeda's preference, as you can imagine, is symbols of the U.S. or anything that causes economic damage, right? So Capitol is a great symbol. Capitol was actually in, I think the Capitol is, a lot of people are targeting it, but the Capitol was in their propaganda just as 9/11 when they were memorializing 9/11, right? So the Capitol matters. I feel like bridges or any kind of public transportation always matters because it puts costs against us and it causes fear. But here's where it gets complicated. So remember, the terrorists might have their goal is they're going to attack the metro in D.C., right? But remember, some of these terrorists are going to be ISIS. And remember, they can change location. So the ISIS guy might go down the metro and say, there's not many people down here. I'll kill 20, but there's a event going on. I'm going to go up there, right? And because ISIS is a little different. ISIS just wants mass casualty. So it's going to be interesting how it works with terrorists that came from different backgrounds and when they get choice.
So as you can see, terrorists are here. We just seen an attack in New Orleans. She is a CIA agent. Come on, man. I ain't only believe in her because I like pretty eyes white girls. I do like her, but she's a spy. She's sexy. Ooh. But it's not about her. It's not about that. They're here. We are seeing these attacks. And please don't try to be vigilante. If you see something, say something. Call the proper authorities. But do not try to jump in and save these guys. Save people from these guys. Your life is not worth it. You know what I'm saying? This is something we never dealt with. This is something we never seen. And remember, if you believe her, that means there's more to come. And like I always say, if you're a supporter of the channel, much love and respect goes out to you. I salute you. You like what I'm doing, please click that like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, click all so you can get notifications. And please keep your eyes open and pay attention. Cut the shit. That part.